What's up, Lowrider family? Welcome back to another episode with Lolos and More. Now today we're gonna work on MC once again. Um, let's see. I came in to the garage. The plan for today was to install the A-arms and replace the O-rings on the cylinders. Because I thought the homeboy brought me a box of bushings and ball joints, which I was wrong. He only brought me bushings for the rear control arms. So now I can't do the front like I said I was to what I said to myself that I was gonna do today. I could just go buy them, but I'm a little short on funds this week because Christmas is just like a few days away. So I don't have the extra funds. But yeah, was gonna install these bad boys, but they'll have to wait a week or two, actually 2 weeks. So just so you guys don't complain on me, complain to me in the comments after I upload this video, which would be Sunday, 2 days before Christmas. I won't be able to upload another video for another 2 weeks. Why? Because the following weekend, after I drop this video, I'm moving, so I'm going to use all that weekend to move. So you won't see anything until the following weekend. So after I drop this video in 2 weeks, you'll see another video. So yeah, because I'm moving. So so since we're going to wait another 2 weeks to do this part, we're going to go ahead and reconfigure the pumps. We're going to reconfigure these two right here. I like those dumps. So we're going to reconfigure them, those two, and the one that's in here in the trunk. So I'm going to see what I can do with it. Because this front pump is going to be sitting right here, and the other two pumps over there, they're going to sit one on each end. The front pump is going to have 2 dumps on it, and the rear pumps are going to have 1 dump on it, on the rear pumps. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is these dumps right here, the ones that look pretty cool, I'm going to put these dumps on the rear pumps. So one pump will have one of each of these dumps, and then the front pump, I'm going to put these 2 Italian dumps on the front pump. Because I think this one, see, yeah, that one's Italian too. But yeah, so he's going to have an extra Italian. So yeah, these 2 in the front, those 2, 1 on each on the rear pumps. And then what I'm thinking of, because I don't want it to be mismatched, and the motors are all the same. I know that one has that one right here, and then the one in the trunk have those vented caps. That's the only one that doesn't have a vented cap. So I'm gonna see which one I want to run for the front. But definitely I'm gonna put a front. I'm gonna put one of those caps on the front pump. So let me clean up my mess over here. Let me clean up all that so I can work on these 3 pumps. I want to see what I can do about polishing. I have my little bench grinder over here, so I'm gonna see what I can do about polishing. But let me clean up my mess and we'll get started on reconfiguring these pumps. And it won't look like that. Screw that. Be right back. Okay, I got the other pump out of the trunk. As you guys can see, I took off all the hoses, all the return hoses. So now I'm gonna go ahead, disassemble everything completely from fitting, take it all the way apart on everything. So next time you see it, the dump setups will be completely off. So be right back. Okay, I got the dump assemblies all taken apart, all pumps, every single piece off of each other. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and take off all the old Teflon of every single little piece, and then I'm gonna degrease the pumps because I know some oil got all over it. I'm gonna degrease them, and we'll see what we got going on next. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out these caps because this one right here, I'm gonna use it for the front because it's it doesn't have a CCE backing plate like the other two do. So this is gonna be for the front for now. So the homeboy, I mean, I think they do still sell these on CCE, but oh well. But yeah, let me go ahead and clean these fittings up completely, and we'll be right back. So I began to polish over there. Show you guys real quick. So here's the before, hella dull, and after. Hella shiny right there, see? You can't even see my finger or the phone. So I'm gonna finish up polishing up all the dumps, and then I'm gonna polish the pumps by hand. And then after I'm done assembling all the pumps with the dumps on, I'm gonna take the backing plates off, and I'm pretty sure I can get these to shine. Hopefully I can take them off, cause damn, those rods are pretty bent, but I'll see what I can do. Yeah, let me just finish these up, and then we'll get back to assembling these pumps. And before I assemble them, I'm gonna go ahead and Teflon them. I'll pre-Teflon them all real quick, and then I'm gonna have them laid out right here on each pump, how I'm gonna put each one together as a set. So I'll be right back after polishing. Oh, and real quick, what I'm using for polishing is Mother's, the same stuff I use in my other videos on polishing parts. So this stuff really works. I like it. It's not expensive. This little thing costs like $7 at AutoZone, $5 or $6 at Walmart. So yeah. And taking off the Teflon of all the little pieces, I used this wire wheel. I didn't have a wire brush, but if you have something with wires, like a wire brush type deal, use that, and it'll clean off all the Teflon on all these parts real fast. So let me finish polishing, and we'll be right back. Wanted to show you guys real quick. I'm doing the the Italian dumps right now. When you guys buy them from CCE, usually they look like this, kind of dull, a little dull, but not dirty. But I just polished the other one. Look how beautiful that is. That's as polished as this is gonna get, because there's grooves in it. To take this off, you gotta sand it with some sandpaper. Start at I think 100 or 80 grit, and work yourself up to like 2,000 grit. And then you start doing this process where you're polishing with some a compound. So, oh well. But yeah, just want to show you guys that real quick on the Italian dumps, on how it was coming out. So almost done. We'll be right back so we can start setting up the dump setups. Okay, so I'm ready for the front pump here. I laid out the fittings on how they're going to go on. So this would go from the block to the slowdown to the T. So this is the return stem right here. Here I got the pressure coming out to the T through the check valves right here. Make sure there's check valves. Make sure you got two when you're doing this type of setup. When you're doing a one dump, you just need one check valve. And then oh, I forgot. I don't know why I forgot this part. And then I'll have two other fittings on the side of the dumps right here, and two fittings on the back of the dump. I don't know why I forgot that. But yeah, one go through there just like that. One on the side, one on the back, just like that. So to get this on properly and for it to look good, because these pumps came with these I like to call them cheater fittings. Why are they cheating fittings? Well, apparently whoever assembled the pumps didn't know how to put them on, so they put this on so that all they do is just spin this on to the T's. And so because they probably assembled this part and thought, how are they gonna get that on, or they did this, or they put this on, right? And then when they went to put this T on right here, they probably figured, how am I gonna get that on? So they use these fittings right here. I don't know the proper name, but I like to call them cheater fittings, but I don't use none of that crap here. So I'm gonna go ahead, put on the T first, this dump part of it first, onto the pressure side. As you guys see, this block doesn't have any indications of what is what hole, but if you look at the pump from the front, just like this from the tank, keep this in mind. Right side is pressure, left side is in return. So let me just assemble this real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the main part of the dump assembly on. I tightened everything before even mounting the entire thing onto the block. It is useful to have, a bench vise, but before I even had this, or even this, I did everything at home on the floor by hand, and I had never had anything leaked that I've worked on. So, but I mean, this does make it easier, but oh well. But you can always do it at home. Just use enough Teflon tape and it won't leak. Just don't use a crap ton, because then it'll be all over the place and stuff like that. So now it's to put on the return stem right here. As you guys can see, just putting it on, and it goes on easy. So I'm gonna take my adjustable wrench here real quick, just tighten it to the block, and then I'll put on the return lines real quick. Be right back. Pump number 1 done for the front. So since these dumps were wired by somebody who pretty much didn't know what they were doing, one cable on each of these dumps are too short. I could add wiring by adding I can solder them together and put heat shrink, and it won't look so bad, but kind of don't want to do that. I'll just do what I do on my own ride, is I'll put a ring terminal on here and ground it to itself right here. So obviously I'm going to cut this shorter, so it's not a big cable just hanging there like that. So I'm going to cut it shorter, probably around this size right here, like this one is right here. This one's pretty short, so I'll probably cut it to the same size as this one, put a ring terminal on it, and call it good for grounding itself out. So that's what I'm going to do on that one. So this one's pretty much done. So it got all greasy with oil, so I'm gonna wipe it down. But yeah, let me get ready for the 2 pumps over here, and we'll be right back. So I'm in the middle of putting one of the 2 back pumps together, and this I wanted to stop right here and show you guys. So when you're assembling the dumps like this in this way, just so you know, you will have to take off the man, Why do I keep forgetting the words? You'll have to remove the valve itself out of the slowdown. And to do that, all you got to do is first you loosen up the valve. You spin it. First you spin this off right here. Spin it until it's pretty loose. And then go ahead and loosen up this nut right here. Loosen up the nut. Once you loosen up the nut, you can go ahead and keep turning the valve itself. Keep turning it off, and then make sure that the nut is all the way off. And then it'll come straight out. And as you guys can see, it has a little gasket, little O-ring type deal right here. Make sure when you put this valve back on that it's not getting caught on anything. So that's the only thing you need to remove. You need to just remove the valve itself to be able to get the return stem on with this here in the way, because it is in a way. So let me finish putting this pump back together, but just back together, and we'll be right back so you guys can see the finish to the original layout setup, you can say. Okay, just gonna show you guys real quick. I already got the let's see, I'll pull this out real quick. Here, you can see the threads on the valve itself right here. See those threads? Okay, so go ahead, spin it on there, the valve itself, and then you got the O-ring in there. You can see that. So you have to really press on that to get that nut to catch back on to the thread. So there we go. So go ahead, you can go spin your valve in a little bit more, and now take your adjustable wrench or whatever to get the nut on itself back on. Then it should be pretty easy. There we go. Get the nut on. Once the nut is real snug tight on there, finger tight, go ahead, just tighten just a little bit, not too tight. Do like a quarter turn or half a turn, and that's all you really need. Because if this nut's too tight, then the valve is going to be really tight. So as long as it's moved nice and freely, valve works. Yep. So that's it. That's all. And that's the same way of putting on and taking that off. So let me finish up real quick. So pretty much done assembling the dump setup on this pump. But one thing is I'm not gonna screw it tight. This fitting here down, this elbow, because it turns out I don't have another one. I even looked in my supplies over here. I don't have another one, so I gotta go to the store when it opens after Christmas and pick up this fitting right here. This is all I'm missing, so that I can build this one. So this setup is pretty much done. So from this fitting, it'll go out to the cylinder, to the rear, one of the rear cylinders. So it's pretty much done. And then when it's done, I'll have this hose a bit more straighter looking, like that, instead of popping out like that. That's pretty much done. Pretty much it. So remember that you put them on the right ends, or else you're gonna screw up your whole pump. PSI goes out, RET goes in. So yeah. Let me just, I guess, put this one on partially on here, since I can't put on the elbow on this slowdown to put it onto the block itself. But yeah, this is how it is. You got your check valve to your dump, then the oil flows out to the elbow, to the cylinder, and when you hit the dump, fluid goes back in, goes to the back of the dump where this fitting would be. It'll go to a hose, which will go to the elbow on this slowdown, go back down. Remember, you guys can always control how fast the car can go down with the valve right here. So let me just put this, I guess, partially together on here, and then I'm gonna polish up the CCE backing plates, and hopefully I can take this off without breaking anything, because it's all bent. Let's see. Be right back. So I do got both rear pumps pretty much done. I went ahead and polished the CCE backing plates. So they could be better, but they will have to be sanded a little bit to be more finer, more, you know, more flat, you can say. So, but yeah, polished up, pretty much done, ready to be thrown in the MC over there. But since couldn't get ball joints or bushings this weekend, couldn't do the chrome A arms. So that video will come out in 2 weeks because next weekend, because I'm dropping this video on Sunday, next weekend I am moving, so you won't see nothing next weekend for sure. But next weekend I should be doing these for sure, putting the new ball joints, bushings, and there we go. I will have to use the old dog bone off of the MC, so there it is. Don't forget to get your stickers, guys. Help support the channel, man. But yeah, but that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. I know this is kind of similar to what I put on a few months ago about redoing my own pumps. Pretty much same way, same exact way, exactly. So all I got to do is get this fitting right here, this elbow, get one for here, and then put on the return line, and then tighten this up. But that's it. Just so you guys know, I opened up Instagram for the channel right here. Look it up at Lowlowsandmore right here on Instagram. Check it out. I'll be doing a little bit of updates and stuff like that there. So if you guys want to know, you guys can go there, cop some stickers. Email me here, $3 a piece. Email me there. Let me know, and we'll get it squared away. But yeah, thanks for the love, everybody, on the channel. I know the channel blew up this past week. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, because that motivates me a lot. So yeah. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, give it a big thumbs up. If you're a new person to the channel, subscribe, people. Help me out. So, but that's it. Alright, people, have a good holidays. Have a safe New Year's Eve, whatever. Alright, peace.